You've probably heard the cliche ADHD is like a superpower and thought actually it's more of a challenge. And you're right, a lot of it is challenging. There's nothing super powerful about staring at a screen for an hour. Just trying to make your body move to do something that you actually want to do but can't. Still, some ADHD traits can actually give you a competitive edge if you master them. I should know. I'm Mina Raver, founder at Better CEO, where we're building a mobile assistant for small business owners who take on the extra challenge of running a business with ADHD. I have it myself, and I want to share how it's helped me go from homeless high school dropout to a successful tech founder once I figured out how to access the strengths. If you've been to my page before, welcome back. I appreciate how committed you are to mastering your ADHD. You've got a lot of work to do, but for today, let me jump in and introduce you to the 3 traits of people with ADHD that make you unstoppable and how to leverage them to be more successful. The first one of these excellent traits is focus, or rather, hyperfocus. It's true that when you aren't focused, starting and completing a task can feel nearly impossible. Just figuring out what tasks to prioritize to reach your goals for the day can feel completely depleting. On the flip side though, once you start, that chaos seems to melt away into hyperfocus or flow state. I'm sure you've experienced it actually. It's when you're so completely absorbed by an activity that nothing else registers and distractions disappear. You completely lose track of time, you don't hear anything else in the room, your mind, body, and energy are all aligned to the task at hand, and you could go on forever. There's one problem though. How do you flip on that mental switch and turn on your flow state at will? There is a method, and it starts with getting your alignment right. See, the key to hyperfocus is alignment. Mind, body, energy. As an example, you're most likely to have experienced your flow state on accident while completing a project that requires your attention, dexterity, and creativity. Take video games, for example, or knitting. With either, you will 1. Have a clear objective, 2. Require a minute but localized dexterity to complete it, and 3. Express your own creative flair. Attention, dexterity, creativity. Once you start, you could do it for hours without noticing, and you can get into this state quickly and on cue by taking a moment before starting a task to get into your body. I find controlled breathing is a great way to settle myself and turn on that hyperfocus switch. I also like to find that song that I'm going to listen to on repeat for the next 4 hours. If you know, you know. Once you're present in your body, visualize yourself completing the project. Each tiny step. Research shows that your brain doesn't realize the difference between imagining yourself doing something and actually doing it, which means visualizing can have the same effect on your brain's ability to direct your body efficiently as practice has. Finally, the 3rd step, when you're ready to go, commit to the action. Moving your body into action starts a cascade that will see you through to the completion of the task. There are different ways to pull the lever and get started. I clap my thighs or snap. I've known people who whistle, put their glasses on, stomp, clear their throat, you name it. And chances are you already do something. You'll just have to study yourself for a while to figure out what your lever is and start doing it on purpose. A flow state is awesome. It's powerful. Just be careful, because with great focus comes great dissociation. You may not notice time passing, and you also won't notice hunger, thirst, or other signs of fatigue, and that can be dangerous. So to leverage hyperfocus safely, you'll have to break your stride periodically to nurture your body, which you might not want to do because it's hard to get back, but that's okay, because now you know how to switch on hyperfocus at will. The second trait I want to talk to you about is ADHD intensity. Now, this is often described as energetic, but I don't think energy really covers it. Yeah, there is that kinesthetic component, your body movement outlet, but also your passion, your skill, your emotions are all just as intense as your energy, which is why I prefer intensity. Your intensity is probably what you've been scolded for the most, so you might not realize that this is a trait that is actually a bonus. But it is. It's gotten you into trouble a lot. I'm sure that's not just me. But it's also what fuels your creativity, ambition, and spirit. All the things that have made you stand out and helped you get ahead. The only problem with intensity is that it's hot, like burning hot. And an untended fire can burn things out, like relationships or even you. So if you want to leverage your intensity, instead of being consumed by it, make sure you're well regulated. Surround yourself with people who share your values and support your vision so that home is a place of rest, conflict-free as much as possible. Try to avoid burning yourself out, directing your intensity toward problems you can't solve or problems that don't matter. All right, the third and maybe the most important of your awesome ADHD traits is your ability to connect with people in deep, meaningful ways quickly. I rolled my eyes so hard when I first read about this that I thought I might have snapped something. So take a deep breath if this one surprised you and hear me out. I'm going somewhere with this. Now, whether you were diagnosed young or old, you've probably spent a lot of time getting scolded by people whose goal was never to understand you, but always to control you. Being misunderstood by people you should be able to depend on hurts. It hurts your self-esteem, which rolls over to your relationships with peers, and on and on. You've struggled in relationships, but at least as far as your ADHD is concerned, that's not your fault. But that hasn't kept you from spinning an inner story that's made it difficult to let people get too close, which makes you feel isolated. Do you see the cycle? So let's just stop for a second and think back to what some of your favorite people have said to you. You're so easy to talk to. I've never told anyone else about this. I just trust you so much. I feel like I've known you forever and it's only been an hour. Remember? Your third amazing trait is connection. It may have been hidden under the effects of some lifetime of being misunderstood, but it is there. And when you tap into it on purpose, you'll attract the people and build the relationships that give you a greater sense of satisfaction with your life and propel your career forward. So there it is. ADHD is not a superpower, and sometimes it can feel like a punishment. But there's strength on the flip side of every single struggle. You are exactly who you need to be to realize your wildest dreams. In future videos, I'm going to show you how to tap into your ADHD and be more successful by being more of yourself, not less. So if you've enjoyed this video, thank you so much for being here. Please give me a thumbs up below to help other people just like you and I find their way to these lessons. For more videos just like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification button to make sure that you see all of the content that I post every single week. I don't want you to miss a thing. Making people more successful with ADHD is my life, so check out the description below for other resources I've built, things like Better CEO, the mobile app for small business owners who struggle with productivity due to ADHD, available on iOS and Android. And with that, thank you again, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.